Hello everybody, this is Scott and I'm back, and today I'll be answering a couple questions referring to an IQ test. Some people don't seem to understand what the IQ test is and what the score actually means. An IQ test is a test to test your intelligence. IQ stands for intelligence quotient. What does this mean? An intelligence quotient is a number that is used to represent basically how well your brain is able to understand data and think logically. For instance, a IQ score of 60 means that you have a disability. It means that you have some sort of thinking disability, and anywhere between 80 and 100 is the average. Is the average right now. An intelligence quotient does not even mean you're smarter than the person next to you. Someone who can have an intelligence quotient of 145, that makes you a genius. 145 and above makes you a legal genius. Now, the issue with this is people that have higher intelligence, a lot of people who have higher intelligence end up wasting it. What do I mean by this? They generally find things to be boring, not challenging, and don't really care to think. They just don't like school. I know there's been a lot of stories about how people who were complete almost geniuses, they dropped out of school because they just didn't feel challenged to be there. Now, this doesn't happen with everyone. Some people are geniuses, but they act like just idiots. The reason for this is people who have higher intelligence may not even know it, and they may not just care. Some people who have a higher intelligence are complete morons. You can ask them simple questions like, what's a simple question? Here, let's take it for example. Let's just say they can't do 2 plus 2. Dude has an IQ of 135. Now, the only difference is he should be statistically able to learn better than the person next to him who has an IQ of 100. The IQ score basically has no... You can't argue you're smarter because of your IQ. How smart someone is completely dependent on how it is they want to measure that. You could say someone's smarter based on what they know. That would mean that if they were like an encyclopedia, then they would be smarter than most people. If I told you to memorize an encyclopedia and no one did it except for one guy, he would probably be smarter than than everybody else who didn't do it. He's more knowledgeable. Then we have wisdom. Wisdom is another way that people try to measure how smart someone is. When it comes to wisdom, wisdom is the experience that you've gained through basically just doing the activity. It's your experience. Generally, with it, the older people are wiser. The elderly are generally wiser, such as we're gonna make some game out of it. Yoda, wisest Jedi of them all, lived for about 1,000 years. And therefore he was the wisest Jedi. He had the most experience, he knew the most, and he had a lot to say. And just because you're wise doesn't mean that you're knowledgeable. You could just be completely stupid. You could be as dumb as a rock, but you're wise because you have life experience. That's what we can call it life experience. That's what wisdom is. Now, none of these three actually match up. Now, people who generally have a higher IQ, they're more knowledgeable. People who are wiser have more experience, and therefore they don't have to have a higher IQ. Anyone can be wise at something. If they have more experience than the next guy, they're wiser than them at it. But just because someone has a higher intelligence than you just does not make them smarter, and this seems to be a common misconception in American society, and therefore people give up. And those who do have the intelligence generally have it go to waste because they just don't want to do the work. And you can understand both sides. I don't really have any hate for either party, but it's just interesting to think about how society has such a important... They hold intelligence as such an important idea, and yet they don't seem to understand it. So, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned for another video, and I am Probably gonna make some more videos today, and then make sure that you've watched my channel update to get all the latest updates about what's happening to my channel. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.